Hello class 10. Today's topic is about the non-cooperation movement and the working class. The nationalist interest in organizing the laborers slumped towards the end of 1908. However, there was a resurgence of the working class activities between 1919 to 1922. Some of the features of their activities were to set up many organizations to defend their class rights on all India basis, and they got involved in the mainstream of national politics in a significant way. The working class movement in India entered into a new phase after the close of the First World War. The industrial laborers had become conscious about the effective weapon of strike in filling their various demands. The price hike following the First World War worsened the living condition of the working class. All this brought them into full activity and opened a new era of labor movement. The Madras Labor Union was set up by P.P. Wadia in 1918. It was the first Indian trade union. He was fully supported by G. Ramanuju Naidu and Chettiar. In 1920, All Indian Trade Union Congress was formed. Its first elected president was Lala Lajpat Rai and Diwan Chaman Lal was its general secretary. The objective of this organization was to coordinate the activities of all labor organizations in all trades and all provinces of India, and generally to further the interest of Indian labor in matters economic, political, and social. To assist AITUC, the Congress formed a committee consisting of some of prominent leaders at Goya session of 1922. Deshobandhu Chitranjan Das was its president. Two Congress leaders led a powerful strike in the East Indian Railway. Again, there was a slump in the working class movement under the leadership of nationalist leaders and the Congress. The next wave of working class movement was spurred by the leftists. The leftists functioned as a left wing within the Congress. Social influences in Indian politics between 1921 to 1924 definitely strengthened the working class movement. WPP party was formed in 1927. Though short-lived, WPP rapidly spread its organization in the provincial as well as national levels. The main objective of this organization was to strive for a broad anti imperialist front for the achievement of complete independence with the ultimate aim of establishment of socialism in the independent country. Some of its prominent leaders were P.C. Joshi, S.A. Danke, Muzaffar Ahmed, Sohan Singh Jos, etc. Though short-lived, its unit in some provinces emerged as the political party of the working class. The topic is over. Thank you.